continue to get better. You just said it. I mean, we scratched the surface in that sense of this was our first year with Mike. I'm calling the show. I talked a lot about the PCP all year long and just the way that that's continued to improve and the way that we're able to jump into this year with all the great things we had last year and take it into more game planning earlier, I guess you can say, in the offseason for things that may come during the season that's just only going to prepare us in the details and us not making adjustments late that we can make earlier. And just another year is going to be special.
What's good, people? It's your boy, Mr. Rome, Cowboys Fan Talk, right back. Like I never left. What's up with y'all, man? How y'all feeling? Look, before I go forward today, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button. We almost at 25K 400. We like 20 away. If you're not already subscribed, you want to join the team, you want to join the cartel, hit the subscribe button. We definitely appreciate it. I'm excited, man. If you've been living under a rock and haven't been paying attention, the entire Cowboys team, except for Micah Parsons, who's traveling with CJ Stroud in China, I believe, promoting the NFL, there was a home run derby for the Cowboys yesterday. And the best thing about the home run derby is not the game. It's not the home runs. The charity's great. But the best thing about it is the quotes we get from the players. Yes, we got quotes from everybody. And since it's the offseason, and we got mad time, I want to peel this back layer by layer because I feel like every player that spoke had different quotes and different things that you can kind of speak on. So I don't want to rush it. Outside of something else breaking, I kind of want to talk about each player's thing. We had Brandon Cooks talking about Jalen Tolbert and him and them two training. We had Eric Kendricks talking about the defense and what he might bring to the table and things like that. It was just good, man. And of course, we had Zeke speaking about why he came back, what he wants to do, the fact that he's chasing the ring. And we had Dak Prescott. Yes, Dak Prescott spoke, of course. And obviously, that's why you clicked on this video. Dak Prescott basically was talking about the offense. He talked about contract, I don't want to call it dispute. He talked about, the contract back and forth between him and the Jones family and where they stand. You know what I'm saying? Which I thought was good. He talked about, the importance of having Zeke back in the room. But I think I want to start with what you probably clicked on this for. The offense. Dak Prescott said, we just scratching the surface. Listen, first of all, you kind of assume that. Last year, I know, all-pro, second-team all-pro, 36 touchdowns, led the league in touchdowns, low interception percentage. You think, he's been in that offense for like 10 years. No. He was in Kellen Moore's offense for way longer. He was in Mike McCarthy's offense for 1 year. And you saw how high he climbed with his personal stats and just growing his game. So when he says we just scratching the surface, I think it's because it's going to be the maturation of the entire offense. Listen, y'all have heard me for the last couple of months. I'm selfish. I wanted to add a weapon to this team. I just did. Because I feel like this. Why not spoil your franchise quarterback? I see Philly do it. The 49ers just drafted another receiver. They got like 7 of them. Like, the Rams got mad receivers. The Lions got mad. Like, everybody got mad weapons around their quarterback. So I want to give some around mine. But mine's, although Dak Prescott doesn't have mad weapons as far as just like an excess of weapons, the weapons he does have, he know what he's doing because number one offenses don't fall off the tree. But that's what he do. So look, when he says we just scratching the surface, I think it's different. It's like, y'all basketball fans, it's basketball season. If you remember the Miami Heat that first year, they was dangerous. Scoring and everything. They didn't win the championship, but that second year, everything became second nature. Communication just got real fluid. That's what we about to see. Of course, him and CeeDee Lamb, they on the same page. They good. But Dak Prescott and just everyone else, I feel like Jake Ferguson is about to take a step up. Like when we describe the Cowboys offense, kind of like how the Chiefs describe their offense, we got to start adding Jake Ferguson in there. I always just go to chest receivers. I'll talk about running backs. And for some odd reason, we skip over Ferg. Ferg, at the end of this year, is going to be a top 5 tight end. No question. If you want to be a stickler, I'll put him top 7 right now. That's just me. If you want to be a stickler. But I really feel like he's top 5. So, at the end of this year, it'll be undeniable. So when you say you got a top 5, top 7 tight end, you got a number 1 receiver in the league, not just the number 1 on our team. I feel like CeeDee Lamb's the best, most versatile, best after catch, everything receiver in the NFL, right? Now, your run game, you got a veteran running back that's hungry, that's going to bring a lot to the table, but he's still a veteran running back. So we don't have a young gun at running back, but that's fine. That's fine. We're going to make this work. That's what we're going to do this year. We're not going to complain. We're going to just get out to our grind. But I'm excited about the possibilities of this offense. A lot of people got a chance to mature. Jalen Tolbert, but like I said, I'll be talking about him soon. Jalen Brooks, you know what I'm saying? I just said Jake Ferguson. Stevens that tore his ACL last year. You know, he got a chance to mature. It's a lot of opportunity for people to grow in this offense outside of the people you're already familiar with. And our offensive line is revamped. So I'm looking forward to what Dak said when he said we just scratched the surface. I'm 100% on his page. Y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments about the offense getting better. Because I feel like it can, just because football is more than just talent. It's definitely communication, strategy, and scheme. So we're going to see. Dak also touched on his contract. Like I said, not dispute, but ongoing talks. You know what I'm saying? Is how he described it. He said everything that Jerry's been saying is true. The lines of communication are open. You know, I had a revelation a couple weeks ago on one of my live streams where I said, you know what? I feel like the Jones family do want to sign Dak Prescott. I really do. I don't understand the strategy of waiting, but I just really feel like they want to re-sign him. I don't know why they're waiting. I don't quite understand what's going on. And I feel like if the season starts next year, it's a very big possibility that he will walk and we're going to be SOL. But right now, I feel like the plan is to, for some reason, stretch this out to about August and then get it done. Cowboys, for some odd reason, I'm going to do a video on this one day. We signed a lot of our big deals in August. It's something about the Jones family and signing big deals before the season. I don't know if they think it's good juju or whatever. But I feel like some of these deals are going to get done in August and we're going to take that momentum into the season. That's how I feel. I don't know about Micah, but I feel like CeeDee Lamb and Dak will get signed. And it'll probably help us bring in some veterans, but we'll talk about that at a later date. So the contracts, like I said, contract talks are ongoing. Communication, lines of communication. Nothing imminent, nothing like that, nothing imminent, but they are talking. He also touched on Zeke. Pause. That was crazy. No diddy. But he talked about Zeke and, you know, his importance of Zeke coming back to the team, what he means to the team, talking about, you know, his leadership and how he prepares and how he locks in and how that could be a big thing for the team. Zeke does bring a lot of bravado, a lot of dog in him. I feel like Jake Ferguson had to fill that role last year because you don't want your quarterback doing that. Although Dak liked to flex on people, you know what I'm saying? You don't want your quarterback doing that. I feel like Jake Ferguson tried to fill the Zeke role last year, and he did a pretty good job, but it ain't nothing better than one dog than two. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Jake Ferguson and Zeke going to bring that a little bit of cayenne to the offense, that little bit of spice, that little bit of we in here. You know what I'm saying? Outside of our offensive line, which is, you know, prone to be, you know, it's dogs in the O-line because they just want to dirt people. But it's good. I feel like it's a good morale piece, bringing Zeke back. What it does for Dak. Because Dak and Zeke like this. You know what I'm saying? So to have his mans, if this year ends off like the worst case scenario and this is the last year, let's ride with my dog. That's how I look at it. We going to ride together. You know what I'm saying? Not, I was about to say bad boys for life. But that's how it feels like. One last ride, if that's the case. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe more, depending on the outcome of this year. But it's good to have veteran leadership, somebody that knows how to prepare, focus, lock in, that'll trickle down to all of our young players. Because remember, this is the one thing people forget. The Cowboys have the second youngest team in the NFL. In the entire NFL. I know you'll say, how? Because Dak is old. And it's Dak, it's D-Law, it's Zach Martin. End. It's so many young players on this team. It's crazy. Like, you look at our offensive line, completely rebuilt and young. Our defensive line, completely rebuilt and young. You got D-Law. That's it. You got Zach Martin. And you got Dak Prescott. And now you have Zeke, who is still only 28. So our team is extremely young. Veteran leadership is important. That's why I want to bring back a couple older players. I would love to bring back Gilmore. We talked about that yesterday. You know what I'm saying? It's just little stuff like that. I would love to get Calais Campbell and a couple other veterans to sprinkle amongst all these youngins and help bring them along slowly. But we're going to just have to see how that unfolds. As of right now, this is the team we got. It's good to hear Dak Prescott say our offense is only scratching the surface. You know what I'm saying? It's good to just put some good things in the air. Also, I'm not going to make a whole video on this because I don't want to give it any more energy than it needs. But the case on Dak Prescott, there will be no criminal charges filed against Dak Prescott. The Dallas Police Department found no criminal activity against Dak Prescott. So I don't know if the case is completely over, but there's no criminal charges going to be brought against him. No jail time or nothing like that. That's real good to hear, man. Real good to hear. But listen, it's your boy, Mr. Rome. Like I said, we're going to peel this thing back like an onion, layer by layer, because we got all off season, and we got plenty of stuff to talk about. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. I'll holla.